Let's Science is brought to you by the StarQuest Production Network and is made possible by our many generous patrons. If you'd like to support the podcast, please visit sqpn.com/give.
3, 2, 1.
We live in a universe of scientific wonders.
Every day, scientists are inching towards breakthroughs which can change our lives.
We're playing our small part in sharing these wonders with you.
That's why today is a fine day for science.
So let's science.
All right, so we're going to talk about science, Lino. Speaking of capping things off, we're talking about mushrooms. I'm so happy that one just came to me. All right, so
apologies to our listeners. We haven't had those kind of mushrooms.
Not those kind of mushrooms.
We're very happy.
Joyful people, but you do have to know that when Lino and I talk about mushrooms, we do become a couple of fun guys. I'm just going to say. So yeah.
Really fun guys.
So you can't see this, but I made Lino choke on his own laugh. So whoops. Yeah. So Caroline left us this topic because she's not feeling well today. And it's all about mushrooms. Yep.
Get well soon, Caroline. Get well soon.
Have some like healthy mushrooms with iron. Good for you. This is a really interesting topic though. So Lino, this one is from Science Alert. And it's called the following. It says the following. Mushrooms appear to have electrical conversations after it rains.
Whoa.
So, yeah. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So
my gosh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So there's a great image here at the very top of this article, and it's got a couple of these. They're called L-bicolor mushrooms. So the scientific name or the Latin name is Lacaria bicolor, or they call them L-bicolor for short, right? But it's got 6 of these mushrooms, and it's got electrodes plugged into the top of them, like poked into them to measure the electrical signal. Yeah,
doesn't look.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. I'm sure that, yeah.
Okay, where do you do an experiment?
I'm not sure if they detected any mushroom screams when they stuck them.
I was about to say, is it Carol? The last time we talked about plants, I'm screaming.
Yeah, that's right, we did, yeah. What was that episode of The Simpsons where they go to Itchy and Scratchy Land? And you know how the robots are malfunctioning?
Yes.
And the scientist, he pulls the faceplate off the robot and it goes, "Rrr," and he goes, I hate it when they scream.
Oh.
So, yeah. Yeah. All right. So I don't know if they screamed when they had the electrodes plugged in, but let's go through this topic briefly. So it says a forest echoes with the sounds of its inhabitants, especially after rainfall. Birds coo and caw, insects chirp and buzz, frogs blip and bellow. I thought frogs ribbited, ribbit.
But, okay.
I guess to some people they blip and bellow. Fair enough.
Okay. The scientific way of saying it. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Blippius bellius. Maybe. I don't know. But, it sounds like Asterix. For those who read those comics. But not all forest conversations are audible, and not all of them include animals. In a new study, scientists in Japan found intriguing hints that rain may prompt some fungi to communicate using underground electrical signals.
Oh.
So they focused on small tan mushrooms known as bicolor deceivers, or Lacaria bicolor, which we'll call L bicolor for the sake of this topic, which they found growing on the floor of a secondary mixed forest at the Kawatabi Field Science Center of Tohoku University in Japan. This mushroom is an mycorrhizal fungus, I hope I said that right, that forms symbiotic relationships with certain plants. This includes large trees like oaks and pines. It boosts their supply of water and nutrients in exchange for carbohydrates. So they've got this symbiotic relationship going on. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
I was about to say, hold on, I was like, I'm going to stop you. Sorry, Lindsay, and all the listeners.
Yeah.
I have Toad from Super Mario in my head. Just talking.
Me too.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Because when you talked about Japan and mushrooms, communicating. Okay. All right.
How can you not?
I'm good.
Yep. I have to admit, I've got Super Mario in my head. We're all good there. So it says that previous research suggests that L bicolor may help some trees indirectly feed on animals. So insects, right? So It lures insects called springtail. So I Googled these before, these little bugs, and it kills them with a toxin, possibly.
Oh, wow.
And it shares the insect's nitrogen with the host tree.
Oh,
so
wow.
a great,
Oh, wow.
they got a great thing going.
Yeah.
Some fungi penetrate the cell walls of their host plants. However, L-bicolor builds what's called subterranean sheaths around the exterior of the tree's roots. So it actually, makes little sheaths underground around the roots of the tree to support it.
Oh, cool.
So these sheaths are made of hyphae, it's called, the root-like filaments that fuel the growth of a fungus. When the hyphae of these fungi link underground, they form interconnected systems known as mycorrhizal networks. I'm getting some Star Trek Discovery vibes going on here.
Okay.
Yeah. Mycelial networks. All right.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the mushrooms actually like travel from one place to another. But anyway, that's a different thing altogether. These subterranean networks have been proposed as acting as a kind of wood wide web, they call it. I love that, by the way.
Yeah, that's cool.
Where entire forests communicate via chemical signals down the tree roots and through the fungi. So while these networks are real, there's still too little evidence to know if they reach the scale and complexity often attributed to the wood wide webs.
Yeah.
Many popular accounts of this phenomenon are overstated, some scientists say. However, this study adds to the growing body of research that delves into the details of these relationships and gives us some fascinating insights into how they work. Previous studies have shown that fungi produce variations in electrical potentials, and there are clues suggesting that these signals might form a type of communication. And this is kind of where it gets really interesting for me. There was a 2022 study, for example, that found patterns of nerve-like electrical activity in some fungi that seemed comparable to the structure of human speech.
Whoa.
And they identified up to 50 different words. And when we say words, we mean like 50 unique spikes in electrical activity. So there are 50 unique ones at least that were generated by fungal networks. Earlier research has found that plants can send secret electrical signals underground, and we've talked about how plants, scream. Yes, So we did talk about that in a previous science topic. So while the spikes of potential have been found in some of these fungi before, sometimes in response to water or other stimuli, most studies have focused on limited types of fungi grown in artificial media, collected in a field or in lab conditions or whatever.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I heard about artificial media. Yep.
This study, but this study was done out in the wild, if you will, right? So they attached electrodes to 6 L-bicolor mushrooms that they found growing on the side of a forest trail. They were located near an oak and some loose flower hornbeams. And so then they measured for the electrical potential. So what did they find? They monitored the electrical potential measured in millivolts for about 2 days in late September and October 2021. The study site was initially sunny and dry and didn't receive much rain for most of the 12 days. But on October the 1st, there was Typhoon Mindul, which brought 32 millimeters of rain. So we've got some pretty decent rainfall going on now.
That's a lot of rain.
A lot of rain. About 2 hours after the rainfall, the mushrooms began showing new signs of activity. Microbial ecologist Yu Fukasawa of Tohoku University said, in the beginning, the mushrooms exhibited less electrical potential, and we boiled this down to a lack of precipitation. However, the electrical potential began to fluctuate after raining, sometimes going over 100 millivolts. So what they're saying is this fluctuation correlated with changes in precipitation and temperature. And the analysis suggests that the electrical signal after rainfall showed evidence of signal transport amongst mushrooms. So it's possible they were talking to each other. Wow. Is it raining where you are?
I was about to say.
Yeah, it's raining where I am. Yeah. Are you wet?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm wet. Has the sun come out yet? No, not over here. Yep. All right. Has on this part of the forest, not on that part. I don't know what they're saying. Yeah.
Totally understand. No.
Want to go out? Everyone says I'm a fun guy. I don't know if they're... I just imagine actually that mushrooms are just telling like dad jokes all the way through, just like fungus jokes all the way around. Will you marry me? I want to spend the rest of... what's it? No. Will you marry me? I want to grow mold with you.
Yeah.
All these terrible, one-liners and yeah. I want to grow mold with you. Anyway, So the signal transport was especially strong between mushrooms located closer to one another on the forest floor. The researchers report and demonstrate directionally. So while the new study is far from definitive, it adds another intriguing piece to the puzzle of what role fungi play in often overlooked ecosystems hidden underneath forest floors. So Fukasawa concludes by saying, our results confirm the need for further studies on fungal electrical potentials under a true ecological context.
Wow.
So basically, yeah, what they need to do now is do more of these studies in the real world, in the wild, not just in laboratory conditions.
Gotcha. Wow.
What do you think, Lino? Do you think mushrooms talk?
Well, science have proven it. There's electric currents of 50 characters? Was it
100, yeah, so maybe 50 words.
50 words.
Or 50 spikes. Yeah, especially after it rains, there seems to be quite a lot going on.
Exactly, and it's helping where it's growing. Like if it's growing on a tree and everything, it's helping each other and sort of that. Oh, what is that? Caroline would call it an ecosystem.
Symbiotic, yeah.
Symbiotic,
ecosystem. Yeah, symbiotic relationship, all of that. Yeah,
that is incredible. Yeah. That is incredible.
It's very cool.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
All right, so Caroline, thank you for that topic.
Thank you, Caroline.
Yeah, I have to finish like this though, Lino. Why doesn't the word mushroom make a good computer password?
Why?
It's not stroganoff.
Let's Science is brought to you by StarQuest Media and is a fortnightly podcast that brings you the scientific wonders of our universe from a distinctly Catholic point of view. For more from Caroline, Lindsay, and friends, listen to the StarQuest show, Catholics of Oz. Find links from today's show at sqpn.com/science and find the Catholics of Oz at sqpn.com/Oz. Be sure to follow the show in Apple Podcasts, Google Play, wherever you can find podcasts, or on the SQPN YouTube channel. The generous donations of our patrons at sqpn.com/give make it possible for us to continue Let's Science and all the shows at StarQuest, which makes our nonprofit mission possible. You can join them by visiting sqpn.com/give. Join us next time for more scientific wonders, and thank you for listening to Let's Science on StarQuest. Here's another podcast on the StarQuest network you're sure to enjoy: The Secrets of Movies and TV Shows. Find it wherever fine podcasts are found, or at sqpn.com/secrets.